Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 2023 Mercury Retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow, and it helps me out tremendously because the YouTube algorithm pays attention to it quite intensely. So, thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. The Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups reverse is very much a nostalgia for the past, but not in a positive way. It's almost like the past is kind of like taking over everything. It's either a sense of it was better when, or I regret that this happened, or I miss this person, that type of thing. But it's not in a healing way. It's very in an all-consuming way. So just be mindful about this, that we can be very melancholy during this time. And because it is a Mercury retrograde, we can have a hard time expressing that melancholy. Okay. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And this is clarity reverse. So, excuse me. In true Mercury retrograde fashion, it's making things unclear, which makes perfect sense. Mercury retrograde is all about like a breakdown in communication, a breakdown in news and information and travel and technology. You know, so here it can just be frustrating. It's like nothing's clear. Nothing's clear. And we can get very upset about that. And we can even kind of like wish for a time when things were clear, where things were either more straightforward or easier or whatever it is. So just be aware about that during this time, that we can find it very frustrating. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Or, I just wish I was making myself clear. And once upon a time, I was. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, so what's interesting here is that you have the Hierophant reverse. So this is kind of like negative Taurus energy, and this Mercury retrograde is in Taurus. So this is going to play a big part during this time. Taurus is also our sister sign. It either brings out the best in us or it brings out the worst in us. And we can find this time to be a little bit challenging, but we are crowned by the King of Cups, and that's what we are. We're represented by the cups in the minor arcana. We have the Eight of Swords reverse. So we're getting out of our own heads. We're also looking at certain institutions, ideas, ways of being that just don't work for us. And we're not going to apologize about this anymore. We have the King of Wands reverse. We can have a bit of a difficulty with our passion and what we desire. And the Three of Swords, we're really acknowledging heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. The big three that have held us back, set us back. Three things that have happened in our lives, three events that really changed our trajectory. And we're looking at it now, and we need to name it and we need to mourn it because we need to let it go. And I know that sounds cliche, that we need to name it and mourn it and let it go, but it also sounds cavalier to say that something so big, something that has formed us so much, has to just be let go. It'll never fully be let go, but it gets to stop affecting every aspect of our lives and ruling us. We get to acknowledge the trauma, the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the devastation. You know, it it's all going to be on a scale because this is a general reading for whomever is listening. You know, what we have been through. It's all going to be different. But it's like, I'm not a victim anymore. And I can't live there anymore because I refuse. There's a strength and a beauty and a power to us, Scorpio. You know, you keep a lot of things to yourself. That's just the Scorpio way. I keep a lot of things to myself and I'll discover. I'll discover. And you do. And that's what's the most brilliant thing about Scorpio is that you're wise because you watch and you learn and you listen and you see. And I love that about Scorpio. And there's a sense here that we need to now be wise within our own heart and for ourselves. Mercury retrograde, if we just talk about it, you know, in its simplest form, because we always talk about, oh, it's a Mercury retrograde, it's horrible. Mercury retrograde is when Mercury moves slower than the Earth around the sun. And this is a big deal because a year for Mercury is only 88 days. So it feels on Earth like things are moving backwards. And again, it's around the realms of Mercury, which is all forms of communication, technology, you know, news, travel, information, everything like that. And this starts in its entirety on the 21st of April and ends on the 14th. But it has started in the pre-shadow period on the 7th of April, and it will last in the post-shadow period to the 31st of May. Now, being in Taurus, this Mercury retrograde can target wherever Taurus shines in our chart, if we have it in our chart at all. And Taurus itself is ruled by Venus. So we're going to see the heart ruling a lot. And because we are a little bit melancholy during this time, we are learning how to step out of our own heads, but we're still kind of like caught in our own heads. We can find this to be frustrating. We can find this to be overwhelming. Now, this affects us sensually, which Scorpio are very sensual beings. So we need to acknowledge this sensuality within us, right? This is also a grounding energy. Taurus is a grounding energy. And I know people are going to say, oh, she's reading for Taurus, not for Scorpio. No, I'm reading for Scorpio, but with strong Taurus coming forward because Mercury is in Taurus. So with the grounding element, Taurus energy is amazing at manifestation, amazing at physical manifestation. And this is going to be a time where we can be amazing at physical manifestation, but we can also be overwhelmed by physical manifestation. We can also be like, why isn't it happening when I want it to happen? Why is this taking so long? Why that? Why this? You know, type of thing. Frustrated, overwhelmed, you know, doubting ourselves. So just be aware of that. The realms of comfort and luxury can be affected during this time. Also finances. People have been talking about that. I don't want to fearmonger. I mean, we're already going through enough, okay? Just know that this time can affect your finances. Be mindful, be watchful, be cautious. Don't be too generous during this time, okay? It's a very even-tempered time because Taurus is very even-tempered. Mercury can be all over the place, right? Mercurial temperament is never a stable one, but Taurus will kind of balance that out. So be aware of that. But we can be very stubborn during this time, really dig our heels into things. So again, be aware of that. Now with the King of Cups, this is us coming through. This is also, you know, other water sign energy, Pisces and Cancer. But for us, because this is also Scorpio, this is us coming through as the king, as the highest form of the court cards, moving forward in the energy that we are desiring, the energy of the heart. The heart can be topsy-turvy. I mean, we have a drop spindle right here. So a drop spindle, you drop it. You don't drop it on the ground, but you drop it down and the yarn that you're weaving on it, you know, connects you to the spindle. And that's how the tension makes this yarn right here. So we can feel like things are dropping out from underneath us. We can feel like our emotions may be all over the place or a little bit confused here and there and overwhelmed. So be aware of that. It's not going to be a bad thing. If we can weather those storms, we can actually be the person who stands tall when everybody else is kind of wavering and feels like, you know, they're losing their balance, their grip on things. This is going to be a time because it is a time that feels so chaotic at times that I'm just thinking, how many times can I say time? We feel here that we've overthought it. Like it has to be simpler. And so we're going to start to step out of overthinking, overanalyzing, and start to step into ourselves. And that's going to be a very powerful thing for us. With the Eight of Swords reversed, there is a sense of, I made a prison in my own mind, and now I'm coming out of it. Thank goodness. I am rejoicing. I'm rejoicing in the way that I am moving forward. This is going to be around structures. This is going to be around, it has to be like this. This is Taurus energy. This Taurus time, this Taurus Mercury retrograde can be a little bit trying for us. Okay. Just be aware of that. It can be a little bit trying. But what we're also going to see is that we're coming out of a prison of the mind around having to fit just so. Taurus energy here, well, the Hierophant energy is about conforming. This is the Pope energy, right? This is about conforming. This is about rules. This is about structure. And we're going to be like, why? Why these rules? Why this structure? And it can be that we're just thinking about it, like, why? And we're liking the questioning. But it can also be that we want to take a structure, or we want to take the rules and we want to turn them on their heads. So just be aware of that there's a little bit of mischief in us, like, a little kid being like, I'm not doing anything, when they really are doing a lot of things, and you know it. So here, just know that we have a bit of mischief in us. And this isn't like, like fire to the Bastille type of thing, but this is very much a sense of excuse me, this is very much a sense of, I need to discover it for myself, not just because it's told to me, but I need to discover it for me. And there's a power to that. There's a beauty to that. There's an insight. The King of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. And we're right at the beginning of Taurus time period. We're coming right out of Aries time period. And with the end of Aries time period came the new moon solar eclipse, which was astoundingly powerful, and we will not see again till 2031. And this kind of has turned things on their heads. Doors have closed, doors have opened. We can find ourselves being a little bit more agitated and aggravated. And it's not something that is easily just like sloughed off. It's not like, oh, well, that's fine. I'm not upset anymore. I'm not frustrated anymore. It's like, no, this was a big deal. And a part of us is like, I can be mad as long as I want to be. But we have to be mindful again, because this is the time where grudges can be held like forever. So just be aware of that. We don't want to go to that lower energy vibration of like, I'm going to stay mad because it's my right to be angry. It's like, okay, but we don't want to lower our energy vibration. I highly, highly, highly recommend Spring Forest Qigong. I have it linked in the description box below. I love it. I find it calming and centering and beautiful, a balancing of the self. And I highly recommend you check it out if you want to. If you don't want to, don't do it. But it's free, so give it a shot. It's movement meditation. That's really cool. So here with the King of Wands, we can also find that we're frustrated. We're frustrated with work. We're frustrated with our own creativity. We're frustrated with the ways that we want to move forward. Our temper comes out a bit more. We can also be really frustrated with everybody else's temper. And that could be making us have our own temper, because it's like, listen, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be kind. And I just feel like everybody's putting more and more and more on top of me. Like everybody's snipping, everybody's snapping, and it's not cool. So be aware of that. With the Three of Swords, this is heartbreak energy. Okay? These are the 3 heartbreaks we have in our lives. This can also be that we're just sad. And it's okay to be sad. I mean, it is. Sometimes the stars align in a certain way, and we're at a certain place in our lives, or crossroads in our lives. We might be saying, is this it? Is all that I have like heartbreak and pain and disappointment or frustration or doubt or fear? So here, with the Three of Swords, look at your heartbreak. Look at your pain. And don't try to just smile it away. Oh no, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's like, no. Let yourself be sad. Let yourself be mad. Let yourself say, that wasn't fair at all. Even a little bit. Like, what the heck? But don't let it rule you. Name it. See it. Stare it dead in the eyes. And realize you're stronger than the pain. You're stronger than how people, institutions, ideas, have tried to collapse you. Be aware of this. There's profound brilliance in you, Scorpio. A strength that I don't think most Scorpios understand that they have. Tap into it. Tap into it. Seriously. It comes through pain. Yes, but so much of your power, so much of your intensity, it comes through emotion. It just does. Own it. Own that emotion is a place that most people fear to tread, but is a place that you can absolutely excel in and be so aware of everybody else because of it. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of is Nine of Swords. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Worry, doubt, fear. You know, you have the Eight of Swords, you're letting things go, but it's like, oh my gosh, should I let that go? Like, did I make the right decision? Should I be worried about this? How is this going to turn out? How is that going to turn out? You know, it's like set yourself free. And subconsciously, we're going to be worried about setting ourselves free. So just know worry comes in, guilt can come in, fear comes in. It's time to be free, though. It's time to let life be beautiful. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message here, which is radiant. Be radiant. Oh, let yourself shine. Let yourself shine, Scorpio. And let everybody else be jealous. Let everybody else look at you and be like, what do you have that I don't have? Let yourself shine. Let beauty and brilliance and power and intensity be you. People don't like you, that's fine. Like, what is it? Like, psychologists say that 1 in 5 people won't like you, and we were meant to live in groups of 50. So that's a huge percentage. I don't know, not very good at math. But my mom is spectacular at it. She was like, oh my gosh, that's huge. So let them go. Let them go. Let yourself be radiant. Let yourself shine. Our subconscious tarot message is the Four of Swords. Rest. Take care of yourself. Take care of you. Let yourself sleep. Get one of those things that track your sleep, even if it's just like the Sleep Cycle app, which is free. And make sure that you're getting good quality sleep. Make sure that you're resting. Make sure that you're rejuvenating. Take care of yourself. Honor your story and take care of you. All right. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy. Yeah. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. God bless, and I love you all. Bye.